For SG Carmart's Car of the Year Awards, perhaps the segment which truly represents the car buying population here in Singapore is probably the Sedan of the Year. Now, a Sedan of the Year has to be dependable, it has to be reliable, it has to be comfortable, and of course, do the job of transporting people well. And that is why the Toyota Corolla Altis is our Sedan of the Year 2020. The Toyota Corolla was launched over 50 years ago, and since then has sold over 40 million units worldwide. Toyota estimates that somewhere in the world, the Corolla is sold every 15 seconds. There's no denying its popularity here in Singapore either. It is the staple sedan made for those looking for a dependable and reliable motor to move families and themselves around. It needs no introduction. This is the 12th generation of the Toyota Corolla Altis, and when it comes to the Corolla Altis, it has won before in our SG Carmart Car of the Year Awards. This car has won back in 2015. In fact, back then, that generation of the Corolla Altis won for 2 years in a row, 2014 and 2015. There are many reasons as to why the Corolla Altis has won Sedan of the Year back then, but for this year, there is one new thing: its looks. If you look up front, it looks very good, very contemporary and sporty at the same time. And if you actually get the elegance trim, it does come with LED headlamps and tail lamps. And I think it really complements the use of chrome up front. Compared to a lot of manufacturers where they just dump chrome up front, here it looks elegant, it looks good. And it complements the headlights very well. This front looks very good at night. When you come to the side, it also still looks good. I especially like, in fact, the team at SG Carmart especially likes how the wheels look. These are 17 inches in size. Not many cars come with 17 inches in the sedan category. But what we do like is how it looks fitted. It doesn't look like the wheels are so deep inside the car. Right now, everything fits, which I think, for me, fitment is key. This works out very well. I must mention that I am just under 1.8 meters tall and the front seat is set to my comfortable driving position. As you can tell, there is quite a bit of space. I'm very comfortable back here. I have enough wiggle room, knee room, and also headroom. It is impressive. And you do have amenities. You do have air conditioning vents at the back, ISOFIX points for your kids. It works out. Now, what I do like in this car, and what all of us actually like, is that it has a very low transmission tunnel. So if you have to cross over and be relegated to the middle seats, it is still very comfortable. There's quite a bit of space. Now, one thing that we notice when it comes to cars currently in the market is that when it comes to the middle seat, it can be quite hard. But here it is nice, soft and supple. So no issues carrying 3 people at the back. Now, this is important because stuff like air conditioning vents or a comfortable middle seat is things that a lot of cars tend to miss out on. But when it comes to the Corolla Altis, it's all there. It will do the job. And you're buying a sedan to carry your family around, this still works out. Up front, it still feels very modern, especially when you look at the dashboard. It's all angular and sporty. There's quite a bit of soft touch materials all around, but in all, this dashboard feels like it can last a very long time, which we feel that's the reason why a lot of people get into a Toyota Corolla Altis. Now, it all feels very familiar. What we do like is that it does come with actual air conditioning controls. In a world where everyone's trying to make it look futuristic and digital, this is what the world needs: actual physical buttons to control your aircon. And speaking of the air conditioning system, it does come with Nano-E, which is a filtration system to give you cleaner air. Now, in times of a pandemic like this sounds like a good idea. Now, There are also other features. You do have a digital screen up front, which you can choose to have digital or analog displays. What we do like is that it shows all the information to the driver that is important. For example, your Toyota Safety Sense features, of which we will talk about later on when we drive this car. In all, this car is very comfortable. It feels very dependable when you're in the driver's seat. That's one of the reasons why it has won Car of the Year. Now, let's go on to the other part, which is driving the Corolla Altis. When you buy a sedan like the Toyota Corolla Altis, your main interests usually revolve around having a comfortable car to drive and also it being easy to drive. Now, the Toyota Corolla Altis definitely delivers when it comes to these aspects. It is indeed quite comfortable. The suspension is nice, soft and supple. Actually, one of the reasons why it is so comfortable is because this does ride on a new platform. Toyota calls it the new Global Architecture Platform, also known as TNGA. There is another thing as to why this car is quite comfortable and well controlled, is because in the rear we have double wishbone suspension. Now, in a segment where a lot of the cars come with torsion beams in the rear, this is a very welcome exception. Now, this offers the car a very comfortable drive and also something that has good body control. Adding on to the ease of use of the Corolla Altis, of course, is its safety assistance features. Now, not too long ago, when it comes to safety features in the sedan segment, all you had were, well, ABS, anti-lock brakes, and airbags. But now, this car has plenty of airbags, 7 airbags, and also its own safety suite of features, safety assistance features, also known as Toyota Safety Sense. Now, it does come with cruise control, active cruise control, and at the same time also lane keep assist. Now, what I do like in this system is that it is very unintrusive. If it's turned on and you're straying out of the lane, it will just gently pull you back. Most other safety assistance features tend to shout at you if you make a mistake, but for this car, that's not the case. That is very good. And adding on, of course, to that safety assistance features is blind spot monitoring. This car does come with that. Performance is more than adequate, especially when it's paired to this CVT transmission. Now, CVT transmissions usually have that rubber band effect, which is something that a lot of people do not like. But here, you don't really have that. In fact, the throttle feels quite responsive in normal driving situations, so you really wouldn't have a problem with this car in daily traffic. It isn't hard to see why the Corolla Altis is so successful. It is the fuss-free option. In fact, many people who do change their current Corollas go for another Corolla. The Corolla Altis comes in 3 variants, the 1.6-litre standard and elegance versions, as well as the 1.8-litre Corolla Altis Hybrid, which features Toyota's 4th generation hybrid synergy drive, making it the most fuel-efficient option of the Corolla Altis. The competition has kept up in the last 12 generations, but when it comes to a dependable choice, the Toyota Corolla Altis is still the one to go for. There are many reasons as to why the Toyota Corolla Altis has won the Sedan of the Year. It is a very dependable car, a very reliable car. In fact, if you want a car that is dependable and reliable, you go to Toyota, and the pinnacle of it all is the Corolla. But the Corolla Altis also offers more. It does have features such as its Toyota Safety Sense. It is a comfortable drive. In all, you're not really losing out when it comes to the Toyota Corolla Altis. In fact, you are winning, and you will know that you are winning because this car will probably run its full 10 years without much issues. This car is the pinnacle of motoring. It is the people's car. You cannot go wrong with the Toyota Corolla Altis. That's why it is our car of the year in the sedan category.